What is going on, everyone? I am the Intellivision Gamer, and I am here for another Astrosmashed Mondays challenge. Last week, Papa Pete beat me at Ice Trek. That was a good game. It was a love-hate relationship, that's for sure. My thumb is still sore from that sucker. So this week, the chat voted on Motocross. Here is my copy. It is the Mattel Electronics version, and I'm going to try to do a longer video again. Now, keep in mind that in the description, I will utilize chapters, so you can skip around if you don't want to watch the whole thing. You can just watch the parts you want. But I'm going to try to do a longer video this time. I learned a lot last time, and I'm enjoying progressing. So, here we go. Here is the box for Motocross. Here is the back. Motocross cartridge. Speeding up the long straights, blasting through tight S-turns, or hurling across wild jumps. You're meant to eat dirt and claim victory. What a racing bike you've got. The competition is fierce, the terrain is rough. Challenge your toughest adversary, then leave him behind as you cross the finish line. That's you, Papa Pete. So, a whopping victory for the greatest motocrosser in the land. You missed the curve. Your world is now upside down. It is for 1 or 2 players, 3 rugged, exciting race courses to choose from, and another that you can design yourself. 1 bike or 2 bike spectator courses too. Normal direction, reverse direction. Take your pick, up to 10 laps. It takes a while on some of those big ones. Lots of action. Outmaneuver, outclass your opponents. Now, I have never played motocross before. I did do a couple test runs just to kind of see the options and what's what, and so I knew what to do when I made my video. And it turns out there was 2 steering options, so I did quickly try each of those out to know what I'm going to use when I make my run. And this is not a high score game, rather it's a time game, so the lower the time, the better it is. So here is the cartridge. Here are the overlays. Here is the manual. See if there's anything good in the manual. Object of the game. You choose or design your own course, long straights, S-turns, jumps, or combination of these. Get it easy or rough? You select the number of laps and the type of confrontation you want. You alone against the clock, you against another player, or you against the computer. Play it normal or in reverse direction. You are on your way now. Go, clock starts, watch your time at the finish line, or lay back and watch the computer race its own bike. The controls. Slide your motocross overlays into the hand controller. We don't really need to read any of that. The side buttons, the upper one is accelerate, the bottom one is brake. Same on both sides. Disc is the steering. You don't use the keypad and the disc at the same time, yeah. Alright, so 1 is for the largest course. I believe that's what we agreed that we were going to do for the challenge. 2 is for a rough course. 3 is for a popular course. 4 is for the custom course. And 5 is for the last design course. Then you select the number of laps all the way up to 10. Then you enter 1 for 1 player, 2 for 2 players, 3 for 1 player against a computer, 4 for 1 bike spectator game, and 5 for 2 bike spectator game. Now there are 2 steering options. 1 is directional, screen oriented, so you're pushing the disc where you want the front of the bike to go. And number 2 was left or right. Whichever way the bike is facing, if you press left, it'll turn left like you're on the bike, right if you're on the bike like to go to the right. If you're in a 2-player game, each player must select the steering option on their own hand controller. You can reverse driving direction. 1 is for reverse, 2 is for forward. On your mark, as the race starts, the clock is running. Press either top action button to make your bike move. Press longer to make it move faster. Use the disc to steer your bike. If you selected directional steering, press the disc in the direction you want your bike to go. The bike will turn it to that direction. Release the disc after direction is reached. If you selected left to right steering, press the disc left to turn left, press the disc right to turn right, and that will change, much like when you drive an RC car. If you're facing the other direction, it'll be reversed of how you turn. Alright. Touch your disc slightly and don't oversteer, otherwise your motorcycle will go berserk before your eyes. Hurtle onto the grass and land your brave rider on top of his head. Alright, take advantage of a straight, accelerate. Keep pressing top action button. Slow down before you reach a curve. Press either bottom action button to brake. Touch the disc slightly to steer the bike so it does not side slip and skid off the road. Taking a curve too fast, a speed can actually slow you down, so many things can go wrong in a race. Don't just zoom at top speed through a jump. Slow down a bit and be careful, or you might end up eating dirt again. I'm not going to go over the 2 bike races because for the challenge we're on our own against the clock. It's myself, Papa Pete, DJC, and Jeff of Go Game Go. Making your own course could be kind of fun. Winning means crossing the finish line. Whether there are 1 or 2 bikes in the race, bikes will drive off the screen and the clocks will stop. Player with the lowest time is the winner, and that is what we are doing with track 1. Remember, slides. Traction is reduced when your bike goes faster. Start your turn in advance of a turn or else your bike will slide. Jumps. When your bike hits a jump, it will go into the air and land later. The faster your bike takes a jump, the higher and farther it'll go. Collisions. If your bike goes all the way off the course, it will spin and turn you upside down. Then the computer will assist you back onto the track. Computer-controlled bikes can crash too. If a bike hits another, both bikes will spin and riders will turn upside down. Okay, disqualified. A bike that goes too far backwards on a course will be disqualified. This occurs in a 2-player game or computer versus player game, so I won't have to worry about that one. Alright, that's about it for the manual. So next I'm going to record my first real try at this game, and then we will put that at the beginning of my final low score run. Alright, here we go. First jump. And I'm going to eat it on the first turn. Yes, I am. Oh, boy. Throttle being two different buttons is kind of weird for me. Because it's not, there we go again. It's not like it's 1 for throttle, 1 for brake. It's kind of like you have a meter, and the more you push it, the faster you go, and it holds until you brake. At least that's the way it feels like to me. Oh, long straightaway. Oh! Man, this is definitely weird to get used to. I don't think I was even playing my Intellivision by the time this game came out. I remember getting catalogs for mail order games. I might have gotten a couple. I think mostly, because I was fairly young when Intellivision came out. I think mostly I was drooling over the different games that I never had. I remember World Championship Baseball. Wow, you can slide! I never played it until later, when I started collecting. But I have never been beat at the first Major League Baseball. I played quite a few people, and I know I'm going to host some kind of tournament at PRGE this year. I'm going to give away, I'm pretty sure I'm going to give away like a homebrew prize for the winner. I'm not sure how I'm going to set it all up yet, but I do plan on doing something. Ah! I need to learn how to take turns. I'm training at work this week My voice is like shot. I've been talking all day, which I'm not used to. Then coming home and talking for these videos. I just made an intro to a video that's going to come out from TJ, one of my good buddies. I'm sending him a package which also includes some prank gifts. And so I just did that one. And I thought about doing a few more unboxing videos, but I'm like, you know what? I need to do my first try at motocross and get that out of the way. So then I can do a few practice games. Because as you can see, I am not very good unless I'm going straight. And you need to turn when you're racing. Alright, well. Alright, so I'm not going to do a full game because this will be quite long. You kind of got the gist of it. You see that I'm not very good at it. Let's take a jump full speed here. And ride off and crash. And now I'm going to do a few practice games. And then I'll shoot my low time high score run. Maybe a few days, depending on how well I do. It's not looking too good so far. I don't know if the other guys are good at this. I know Jeff's like me. He hasn't played it. Not sure about DJC. Papa Pete, he knows how to play every damn game. Okay, here we go with my low time high score challenge for motocross. We are doing course 1, which is the long track you see here. DJC said we're doing 3 laps. Jeff tried to do 1, but sorry Jeff, you're going to have to endure this for 3 long laps, buddy. 1 player. I chose directional over left and right. I seem to do a little better that way. And since it is a low time high score challenge, I gotta go with the way that I do best. Alright, reverse. We do not want reverse. Standard direction. And away we go. Wish me luck. It's not been going well, that's for sure. And I've already wrecked. Come on, I'm pushing a direction, and I've been playing this a few games, and it's weird. Like, I can get it to do whatever I want, and then all of a sudden, I can't get it to do anything. I want to blame the controller, damn it! But it's probably me, I'm sure. Alright, don't wreck. That was a pretty good area. And I didn't wreck. Whew, it was close. What the heck was that? I think I did a 360. Oh, of course. Oh, another 360. Oh, I am horrible at this game. I can only hope that everyone else is horrible at it as well. If this is another game DJC kicks ass at, I'm in trouble. And I'm kind of thinking DJC might be good at this one too. He's pretty good at auto racing. And this is the first week I've played this. $93. I believe that is not very good. Come on, turn. Almost stopped. At least I didn't wreck. Okay, we're to the straightaway. Let's get a good start to the straightaway. I've been fairly consistent at getting some good corner speed through this one. There's another one. Definitely picks up some time when you can do that. I can go a little faster, but I end up wrecking if I keep too much speed. Hey, that wasn't bad. I didn't wreck and I didn't almost stop. Now don't wreck here. I probably went a little too slow, but I don't want to ruin it. Oh, come on. I guess that wasn't horrible. Oh, stop. There we go. Don't stop. These 180 turns, they are killer. And there's a lot of them. Okay, 175 or 6. If I can pull off a good lap here, that won't be half bad. And I didn't even have a very good first lap. Man, I almost slowed down there. I start to get nervous and anxious and my nose starts itching like crazy. Alright, let's have a good one here again. See if I can hold that speed through this S turn again at the end of the straightaway. Uh-oh. Oh no, what the heck? I like turned the wrong way. There's no way I could have kept the bike going. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess when it rains it pours. I don't think I've ever done that in any of the games I've played. And now I have a really good run going and I do some weird, stupid wrecks. I guess that's the way it goes. This run's pretty much ruined, I'm sure. Let's just finish it and see what happens. Uh-oh. I'm gonna wreck here. Yep, why not? Screwed up this lap altogether. Boy, wrecked. Oh my gosh! This is unreal! Oh. Decent first lap. Really good second lap. Can't even, it's like my first run on the third lap. Oh, almost came to a stop there. Okay, slow down. Hit the throttle, everything's like delayed. Thumb getting sore. 267. It's not a bad run. Wow, and I had some... Oh no, don't wreck at the end. 272. I would say that's not a bad run. It only matters what the other guys do in comparison, though. We are going to take that one, and we will see you guys Monday. Okay, so now I've got a few practice runs under my belt. I did my low time run. I kind of know what I'm doing with the game. What do I think of the game? For the time, I think it's a pretty good game. I didn't have it as a kid. First week I've played it is this week. I do enjoy it. The controls can get frustrating some of the times. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, because sometimes I have no issues and other times I'm wrecking every other turn and I can't find any consistency. But I do like the game. It is a thumb killer, like some of the Intellivision games. So now what we're going to go do, we're going to go look at INTV Funhouse. We're going to see what he has to say about the game. Then we're going to go to Bluesky Rangers, look at a little bit of history on the game, and then we'll go look on eBay to see how much copies of this game are, and you can decide if you would like to have a copy in your collection. All right. Okay, now we are at INTV Funhouse, one of the oldest and best Intellivision collector websites. It has been around since near the beginning. I used it the very first time I started collecting. I go to it whenever I want to find out anything about Intellivision games and all the variants. So we are going to check out Motocross. He reviews it. Graphics, he gave a 4 out of 5. Sound, a 3. Replay value, a 3. The ROM, unconfirmed. It has been reported that a ROM variant exists. Box, so far 4 variations have been found. Manual, 5 variants have been identified. Overlays, 4 different overlay variations are known to exist. The label, to date 4 labels have been recorded. No Easter eggs have been found. That is a lot of different versions of the game to buy. So you have one from Mattel Electronics, which is the one I show in my video. It was from Singapore. There are 3 Intellivision Inc. versions. Wow. Alright, so the back of the box. One has the UPC, one doesn't. Here is a shot of 3 of the sides and the bottom. Reports that an Intellivision Inc. release of Motocross contains changes allowing the game to run correctly on PAL systems. Alright, here we have the manuals. 5 different ones. Now, there may be more. This is what he has logged currently. Which one is going to be the rare one here? Intellivision, one of the Intellivision Inc. I'm not really sure which one's the rarest. Overlays. A Mattel Electronics, an Intellivision Inc., another Intellivision Inc., and an Intellivision Productions. That's the set they made in 14. Alright, now here we go for the labels. We have the red one, which is the one I have right here. Mine is very much off-center. We have the Intellivision Inc. white label, Singapore 83, and then Intellivision Inc. white label with no year and no origin. And then there's another one, dates in the lower right, no copyright. There are the screenshots. So there you have it. INTV Funhouse, great source for all these type of things, for everything Intellivision. All right, let's move on. Okay, now we are on the Bluesky Rangers website for Motocross. See what they have to say. Intellivision cartridge number 3411, release 1983. Design Rick Koenig, Rick Levine. Program Rick Koenig. Graphics Rick Levine, Joe Ferreira. Sound Mark Urbaniak. Now, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing those names right, but I did my best. All right. Don't need to do the package description. We have one over that. Let's go into a little bit of the development history. That's always nice to hear about. Started by Rick Levine in 1981 as his follow-up project to PBA Bowling. Motocross was put on hold when Rick left Mattel. He was tired of commuting from Irvine to Hawthorne. Rick took a non-gaming job. Later, he went to work for Magic, where he programmed the Intellivision games Microsurgeon and Truckin'. That's kind of cool. Months later, biker Rick Koenig took a stab at completing the game. After several weeks, he got permission to scrap the existing code and begin from scratch. Only Rick Levine's basic concept and graphics were kept, with new animations by Joe Ferreira. Rick Koenig approached the game scientifically, writing routines to simulate all the movements of the cycles according to the laws of physics. The result is motorcycles that accelerate, skid, and jump realistically. Although announced in Mattel catalogs in 1981 and 1982 as part of the Intellivision Sports Network, by the time the game was released in 1983, the theme networks had been dropped. The Sports Network isn't mentioned on Motocross's final packaging. All right, couple fun facts. Gravity is a factor in the motion routines. During testing, Rick made gravity adjustable to determine the best looking arc when jumping. Several unsuspecting programmers were invited to test the game, not knowing gravity had been set to 0. The first time their cycles hit a ramp, the cycles would sail up, and away off the screen, while the programmers frantically tapped the control disc, trying to make them come back down. That's hilarious, pranking your coworkers. Fun fact, Rick was able to reuse his basic algorithms from Motocross several times. In Racing Destruction Set, a Commodore 64 game for Electronic Arts, produced by his old Mattel boss Don Daglow. In Stadium Mud Buggies, which totally makes sense if you've played that one, an Intellivision game for INTV Corp, and in Monster Truck Rally, an NES game also for INTV. So there you have it, history from the Bluesky Rangers on motocross. Okay, so now you have seen motocross in action and you would like to get a copy. So we're going to go check out eBay and see how much the game costs currently. So here we have some loose copies. I see 3 label variants right here. $10.99 for the Mattel red one, the Singapore Moto label $12.71, motocross with no year and no origin $7.99. Here we have everything but the box, $13.95. Let's find a couple box copies. $34 with free shipping. Looks like it might be a little bit rough, at least the overlays. Here's one from Canada. Looks to be in decent shape. Here's another one. Complete in box. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. $34.99, $3.99 shipping. A few more copies. So, pretty decent game. Not very expensive to get. If you want to get your hands on one, there's several of them on eBay right now. Go get one. Now, please be sure to watch DJC Game Studios this Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific, to see who's going to win this week's challenge. Now, if you've made it this far, you like Intellivision content, along with some other retro gaming mixed in, please give me a like. Please subscribe. I have a lot of good content on the way. I will see you in the next one.